All right, so we're back now with the full episode of the Anything Show with Jayden. This episode in particular is kind of cool because he's doing an episode on a video game called Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is an independent game, got some major notoriety, probably like a Souls game meets Metroidvania. As the world is waiting for Silksong to come out, Jayden is here to talk about Hollow Knight, its difficulty, what it means to him, and just how good that music is. So I'm going to pass it on to him because I could probably sit here speaking about Hollow Knight for way too long. But this is an intro to a podcast, and you don't hear it from me. You want to hear from him. Let's bust out that needle, let's get that geo, and let's get down to brass tacks. Without further ado, here's Jayden.
On this episode of The Anything Show, I will be talking about an amazing indie game, Hollow Knight. I'll be mainly telling you about its gameplay and story. Hey everyone, welcome back to The Anything Show. I'm Jayden, your main host for every episode. If you're new to the show, I will talk about anything. I'll pick a completely random topic that I take interest in, and today we will be talking about an amazing game called Hollow Knight. In this part of the episode, I'm going to talk about the gameplay, like my playthrough of the game, so just so you know, there's spoilers in this episode, a lot. I just want to say that when I first loaded into the game, I spent 5 minutes on the menu vibing to the music. The music in this game is top tier. Anyways, I loaded in and there was kind of a tutorial that taught me how to like hit stuff. It was like breaking doors. It also taught me like, a little bit of parkour, taught me how to jump, and I was exploring Dirtmouth when I fell down a well and I climbed back up to go to the another part. It was like all the way to the end, but I needed something called a simple key, which I did not get until much later into the game. But this episode would be like 3 hours long if I can explain everything I ever did in the game. So, I fell down, and there I was, the Forgotten Crossroads, wandering around and dying every 5 minutes. I fought my first mini-boss, which I forgot the name of, but it was like a giant bug with armor and some type of like large, not hollow horn. I only died twice because I was getting used to the combat system at first because I was killing a lot of like these random bugs on the floor. That might seem evil, but like when I touched them, it hurt me. Also, this game's health system is like masks, which is kind of like hearts in Minecraft, but you only get 5 of them until you get more mask shards. After I killed the boss, I went to like the end of the room. Also, this is a 2D game, so I went all the way to the right. There was my first scrub in a jar. At first, I didn't know what it was or what to do, so I tried to kill it. It's just like a cute caterpillar, but turns out I could not kill it because all I did was break it from its jar, and it dug in the ground and escaped. Anyways, afterwards, I went back to wandering. I went into some witch's territory because the background turned purple and there were tribal artifacts all around me. Then I saw her, this snail-looking witch, and she trapped me in her basement because she wanted me to kill a monster that was bothering her. Its name is the Elder Baldur, which I learned on day 11 of my playthrough. She gave me my first spell, the Vengeful Spirits. I killed it on like my 5th attempt because it kept on shooting acid and its children at me, and its children kept on running towards me, and it was so unbelievably annoying I wanted to stand and cry. Anyways, when I finally killed it, I stood up and applauded. No joke. Anyways, when I got out, I was not happy because once I stepped out of her basement, I found my first real boss, not a mini boss. The False Knight. I killed him quite easily after learning its attack patterns, so there I went into Greenpath. While I was exploring, I found hornets. I tried following her, but she kept on running away from me until I finally caught up and she killed me. Yeah, she killed me. Over and over and over. I came back probably like 17 times. I lost about like 1,000 geo, which is in-game currency, if you couldn't already tell. Also, this is a boss fight I didn't mention before, and I killed her. Well, not really. I defeated her, and she ran off like Spider-Man, like leaped over like somewhere else, and I never saw her again. But I think you're seeing a pattern here. But don't worry, there's a lot more to the game. Let me tell you about some story to this game. Alright, so this is segment 2. Like, this part of the game, I'm gonna explain the story, and it's kind of shortened, like, very shortened, because if I explained the whole story, it would be, like, more than an hour long. Like, I think, like, an hour and 30 minutes, I think. Okay, so the lore starts off with the Pale King, and he came into the land to build a kingdom. He gave consciousness to some of the bugs there, and they became intelligent. So they all started to worship the Pale King as a god. Even other bugs that were already worshiping other gods started to worship the Pale King. Of course, the god they used to worship got mad because it was being forgotten. And it spread an infection across all of Hollownest, which is the kingdom if you didn't know. And in a desperate attempt to save its kingdom, he reproduced with a white lady thousands of times to create an attempt to create the perfect vessel. And they found it. Also, you have to be completely hollow to be the perfect vessel, and your only purpose is to contain the infection. And to be hollow, you have to have no will and no emotions, because otherwise, if you do, the infection can get and seep into your mind and infect you. When they found the perfect vessel, they named it the Hollow Knight, and no, that's not you, that's your older brother. But the Pale King made the mistake of taking care of it and caring for it, and the Hollow Knight ended up developing emotions towards the Pale King, which made it not hollow, but they contained the infection within him in any way. And of course, it didn't work, but, well, and the infection was still able to get out. So they trapped him in the black egg, and that's where you come in. Your name is the Knight, and your goal is to kill your big brother and contain the infection within yourself, because you are hollow, you are the perfect vessel. Also, there are no good endings to this game, at least for you. It's actually a really sad game. Quirrell, Myla, Cloth. I mean, like, you can save them, but, like, you would have to skip major upgrades, and it would make the game a lot more annoying to play. Even though the game is, like, extremely hard. Like, unbearably hard. Because even the first few bosses, as I said, I died a couple of times. But it's a great game, just so you know. I mean, the endings are good for, like, the people of Hollownest, but just not you. And, like, also, the worst ending is Sealed Siblings, because not only are you trapping yourself in the black egg, you're trapping your sister, your half-sister in the black egg. Anyways, we are all waiting for Silksong now. It was announced, like, 5 years ago. But we saw some trailers. Waiting for so long. I get you're a 3-man crew. I mean, like, main developer. But still, it's been, like, 5 years. Apparently, you should mark June 6th on your calendars. For some weird reason, I'm looking at my friend's Chromebook right now, my emotional support person. Silksong to appear at Summer Game Fest, June 6th, trailer ready, playable starting this month. Let's go! Yo, mark June 6th on your calendars, guys. Anyways, well, I'm pretty sure I'm done here. Let's wrap this up. So you might ask, where can you find this exquisite podcast? Information about the show and more can be found on the Twitter and Instagram with the name @Herricks Studios. You can find this podcast on your favorite app by searching for Herricks Studios. If you leave us a review, please do so on Apple Podcasts and we might read it on the show. This podcast is a production of Herricks Studios with Mr. Heit and the Content Creation Foundation's 8th grade elective. The views and opinions expressed in these recordings do not necessarily reflect the views or position of Herricks School District.